Let's see what she said. But to kill anybody, to try to kill anybody over something that's not even yours, over something that you have not even worked for, something that you never possessed, in this case, of the bookstore, and an argument over the bookstore that you did not even work for. You're not a child to inherit. To kill anybody over that is insane. But then to turn it up a little bit more, to attempt to kill a woman who is the biological child of the owner of the property. And I just want to bring a reality that, so King Simon, you're saying that King Simon was aware of all of this and still moved forward to usher Polite into the limelight?
Somehow, I don't know why, but yes, he did. These people, and this is
Islam to the Moorish crown. This is Rajab the 21st, and this is the day that I shall be revealing the law of accomplices. This here is a report, some news from Moorish World TV with Tahaka Bays explaining the story. This is the breaking news of Dr. York's daughter, Uma York, and how Polite tried to assassinate her brother with the intentions to assassinate her. And there are parties involved in this case, the laws of accomplice. So we're going to bring the judgment on some of these parties, Sarnetta and Simon. Ain't that right?
This is what he said to me.
So what she explaining, and Simon say he's going to be calling in shortly. So what she's saying is, listen to what she says, because all of this is about is, did people cover for Brother Polite in order to usher Polite into the position to play the people out of funds by the way of lectures and everything that come along with it? It was
the laws of accomplice, right? Forward is the universal law. This is a natural law. Forward motion is natural law, right? The cycle of the moon moves forward, not backwards. This is a sign that time moves forward. When a man is lusting after a woman who is beautiful to him, right, his desires will move him forward. So we're seeing a natural law, or laws of physics, as the white man will call it. This forward motion is something that man did not decide. Because natural law is set in motion, it necessitates a purpose, and who set it? Who set this forward motion? According to Moorish law, we know that this is Allah. Why the sun moves forward from the east and not the west? Why pollution affects the animals, and why genders have roles? Forward motion. Allah says, whoever involves himself with something good shall have a share of the good, and vice versa, whoever involves himself with something evil shall have a share of the evil. So the evil is that Polite was with someone during the night that Dr. York's daughter and Polite were supposed to have a meeting about the utilities to a building in Brooklyn that belonged to Uma York. As those who know the story of Dr. York, he has been incarcerated for some charges that I'm not going to get into. And so, all of the property that Dr. York had, he bequeathed these things. The building that is in the case or in question was given to Dr. York's daughter, Uma York. And now, rights over the building utilities are now being in question because this man Polite and his party was in this building in Brooklyn without paying any utilities, so it became a problem. It led to a attempted murder on Uma York, but the murder attempt was received on the end of the brother. And so once this passed over, because this is now being brought to the scene today, now we're hearing all the parties that were involved. Sarnetta, King Simon. According to universal law, the law of accomplice, nature law, if you involve yourself in something evil, you get a share of that evil. That's why the transsexual is jealous, right? of the fact that the DJ already selected his gender because of forward motion. Things that are already put forward, you can't reverse. You can't reverse the movement of the sun. You can't reverse the movement of the moon. Things moving forward, right? Money thoughts pretending to be righteous when it's convenient. This is Sa Neter, and I'm going to bring out the information of King Simon and Sa Neter acting like righteous people now. They're pretending to be righteous, but they're really money thoughts. Because Dr. York's daughter will get justice. York is innocent. She's free. Peace is not where you live, but peace is where you be. Sa Neter living in one of the prettiest sides of Harlem, but the nigga is now suffering mentally. Just like King Simon, you're gonna see this man erupt like a volcano. Because peace is not where you live, nigga. Peace is where you be. It's a mental state. And cosmic law, nature law says that it's already moving forward. You get a share of that evil, Sa Neter. You can't run away from the shit that you know, that you see, that you hear. Alright? There's no way you can run away from cosmic law. This is what it's all about when it comes to the game of life. It's better to be poor and righteous than wealthy and wicked. Because that's what Sa Neter is, a wealthy, wicked nigga. And now it's starting to show. So I'm going to give an analogy of the law of accomplice, right? Allah says in chapter 485, when you hear the signs of God being rejected, don't sit with them. When you hear the signs of God being rejected, don't sit with them. So now Allah is commanding the believer to never sit with someone who rejects the signs of God. So your ears are now being put in question. Because now your ears, what you receive inside of you, is now being observed by the Most High. Allah says in 149, chapter 4, 149, whether you disclose something good or hide it, or dismiss something wicked, Allah already designed dismissal. So, you see, Sa Neter admits that he heard about this story. The fact that he heard it, right? Hearing it alone made you an accomplice, nigga. Whether you disclose something or good or hide it, right? Or dismiss something wicked. Whether you disclose something wicked or hide it, right? You can't get away from the hidden esoteric cosmic law that's already on you, the forward motion. The fact that that kid wanted to change his sex, transsexualize himself, is already proof that Allah has things defined. There's a limit to what you can pardon. Pardon is to cancel punishment. There was the moment that Sa Neter heard the case, he became an accomplice. Whenever a police wrongly kills an innocent black person, and then that person or his partner is standing there, knowing inside that shit is wrong, he's an accomplice. Your ears are held accountable just like what you eat. What you put inside your body as food is ultimately going to affect your mental health, right? What you smoke, what you drink, what you fucking, all this is going to have a mental effect on you. This is called nature law. You can't run away from nature law. It's already moving forward. Chapter 4, verse number 20. If you want to replace a wife with another wife, don't take back nothing that you gave. Would you like to have a charge against you? Allah is saying that you can get charged with a crime for taking back something that you gave your wife. Although you don't like it no more, you want to get another wife. If you take back the money, the gifts, if you take back anything that you had originally gave her, that's a crime in Islam. So that's your hands being put on the chopping block. Ain't that right? Allah doesn't need permission to get what it wants. Allah wants this to happen. This is the reason why Allah allows the rapist to get away with rape and murder to get away with murder, because everything has already been set in place. Right? Allah says in 4:11, and whoever catches a child shall catch it against himself. And whoever catches a child shall catch it against himself. This is what you call cosmic law. Because When you catch a charge, it's against your soul, Allah says, himself, nafsi. Because in essence, you are not your body, but a soul in the body using the parts to survive. You use your ears to hear, you use your eyes to see, you use your tongue to talk, you use your hands to take shit. So you are a soul in the body, and your body parts are being used to survive. The moment Sa Neter heard the situation, right, he already caught that charge. It's called cosmic law. You can't run away from this, Sa Neter. You can't make no excuses. Right now, Polite is paying $50,000 just to stay out of jail. But he already caught that charge for his soul. Right? Because a sharpshooter, a sharp thinker, and a bedridden scholar would never fall. Think about it. Polite is elevated at a high position. He's in Hollywood now. But look at how he got he reached the peak of his success in the material world and got this charge. Now the man is trying to pay for a false personality, ain't that right? $50,000 he got to come out of his pocket just so he can purify his little fake character now. But he had already tainted his soul. It was already touched with Satan and demons from before. Because why would you make it to that type of success only to be hit with a molestation and pedophilia charge? This is the reality of what it means to have cosmic response. Ain't that right? So we seen that cosmic law was established in the beginning, but comes into effect in this world in due time. Right? He told his child, I love you, but couldn't provide any knowledge and any provisions for his seeds. Because cosmic law works like, at that moment when you told your kid you loved them, but you really didn't mean it, you get struck in the cosmic realm. So what happens is he leaves the responsibilities and duties of a father, and so his kid grows up without the proper provisions to grow. So now the child is missing something: a knowledge of self, confidence, right? All of the things that a child or a seed needs to develop properly into a good fruit. All of these things are lacking now. And so the child grows up seeking and being desperate for things of the world to try to satisfy something that's missing. Cosmic law. It happens, immediately it happens to you. It strikes you in the spiritual realm, but the effect will start to come in later on. Like it'll start manifesting in the second dimension later on, like what you see was happening. It took this long for Dr. York's daughter's case to be finally heard and respected. So all that time Sa Neter and Polite was getting paid, they was already losing in the spiritual realm. That's why Polite got this pedophilia case on him, this predator case. He was already tainted in the spiritual realm. Allah says, whoever catches a sin is against himself. It's already got you. Son?
As Simon pointed out, that when he came on the show, he was like, a lot of money is in the food, and Polite had the food, and everybody else had everything else, and people had the door. So it was a big grab. And so this is the theory, that it was to build up Polite in order, because he was articulate, he was charismatic, to build up Polite in order to create the situation, in order to grab the bag and everybody get a piece. And it wasn't even about uplifting. Check it out.
When I asked him about the situation, he said, I remember you used to speak about it. He said, just be mindful who you speak to. Make sure they are credible. He said, I don't have any hidden agenda because of your father's situation. I said, to be honest with you, you never know who to trust, especially in situations like this. I said, when I told people that he tried to kill me, they brushed it under the rug and act like I was crazy, but continued to uprise this demon.
Yeah, don't cry. Dry your eyes, baby girl, because the Mahdi is definitely gonna speak up for you. I believe this woman, Dr. York's daughter, was violated in her rights. So we gonna hear.
I said,
The whole thing, that's
and that includes.
So you hear what she's saying? She says that they continue to uprise, or rather uplift, the demon Polite after he tried to kill her.
Family. He said, I didn't find out about your situation.
That was King Simon. What role do you think Sinetta played? Do you think he played the same role as King Simon, fully aware of the atrocities that was committed and the nonsense that was brought by Polite, not only to you and your family, but even to the community, and Sinetta overlooked it to promote Polite for the sake of money?
I believe that these people were being paid. All of them were being paid, and I.
We about to hear the testimony of Simon, and you about to hear the testimony of Sinetta. So, you know, she was right and exact in all of her judgments, man. And now, you know, we bring in Morris Law to solidify it.
They cared about was how much money they could make off the next person that they could make Jesus Christ, so they could rip off and scam the black community. That's all they cared about. That's all they cared about. Y'all literally plucked this boy from nowhere. Y'all plucked him from nowhere. Y'all don't know who he was or anything like that. Sakina, you and Sakina literally riled up together, and y'all helped to push him on the platform. You too.
I don't know Sakina. I don't know Sakina.
Let her finish.
You know Sakina. You know the whole community knows Sakina, Patricia Lewis. The whole community knows her. My uncle Obar was another one that sat there and supported that shit, and he was one of the people that told me to drop the charges against Polite. Why? Because y'all all had a plan to make money, and that was it. And I was a liability because I was in y'all's way, and that's how I see it as an adult now. Trust me, the picture's clear now.
How old were you in 2007?
So there you go. She made an accusation, and he didn't deny. He already knew what time it was, and she's just waking up.
My math's not that good.
I'm glad. Sheesh. I was in my 20s.
Okay. And
Sure, how long he'd known him. He hasn't known him from the beginning. King Simon was the one that was originally the person that pushed him up on the platform with my uncle and Patricia Lewis, Sakina. You know, they were the three people that originally did it. Now, in regards to Sinetta, when he was pushing...
See, the body language is affirmative. It's positive, you know, positive responses. She's not lying. You know, the man's literally admitting it like a dummy.
Polite on the platform, my younger brother, Moody, came to him plenty of times and said, you need to hear my sister's side of the story, rather y'all keep idolizing and worshiping this man who's ripping off the community. But these people literally swept it under the rug. My mother personally, and even the night, that day that we did that interview that you had a class with Dr. Sabi, me, my mother, and my brother all came to that class to talk to you. But instead, you wanted to act like a celebrity that day and act like you didn't know us. You told us, I will talk to y'all, and you never spoke to us. You never spoke to us.
Because I was busy. I'm busy having Sadie's business.
We're supposedly your spiritual family, no matter what.
Y'all have busy.
Y'all have no loyalty. Y'all have no...
She's really coming out with the emotions, and this is righteous emotionalism right here. She's righteous because she was young, and she's trying to tell this man about what's going on, and he's supposed to be the spiritual. Like, his relationship to this woman is deep. It's connected to the whole entire movement of her father, and she's trying to come to him for help. You know, like an emergency. He's talking about, I'm busy making money. You see the behavior of these niggas, no integrity. And she's a young woman at this time, 24. Talk about it.
Loyalty. There's no loyalty amongst any thieves. That's something I realized in life as I got older. You get what I'm saying? Y'all have no loyalty. That's the reality of it. You know, we really were trying to talk. Yeah, when Polite tried to kill me that day, yes.
Again, in 2007, I know nothing about that. Knew nothing about it.
You know, you knew about it. Y'all all
But
knew
no,
about
see, why you gonna
All
try to
knew
throw
about
me? I was busy in the reggae world doing my thing and doing promotion. How would I know anything about what's going on in that community?
Hey, look at this nigga face, son. That nigga is crying like a bitch now, son. And one sign of a racist kafir is that they always try to throw their misery on good company, right? Because they're afraid of their demons. Now the fucking truth is coming at the nigga. Look at him. What he trying to make excuse after excuse after excuse. Nigga, you're ugly. They gonna lie to get what they want. But superficial things and money are nothing but accessories of the world, nigga. It don't last forever. Your time was supposed to come because it's called cosmic law, you bitch. The law of accomplice. Liars lead to denial, and denial leads to mental insanity. Look at the mental insanity of this man. She already cut the man by him saying that he was busy. That means he knew about what was going on. Then watch what he says after this. Watch.
After I left that community in '88, I had nothing really to do with that, other than your mother making clothes for me. Your mother made clothes for me for my reggae. She knew I was a reggae artist. I was doing reggae music, so I wasn't part of that community, Umkhair. I don't know none of that stuff until, like I said in the text that I sent you, and I made sure I sent you, it was bits and pieces, and Polite said his story. I only got bits and pieces.
RGY charge for your mind. Ayah, bits and pieces. Nigga, you cut yourself, stupid.
The most I got from you in conversation over the phone or in my face.
hear her, and you never thought to say to yourself, let me hear what Khair had to say?
Yes.
Since I
saying is that once Polite was elevated, that you may have heard the story that Polite attempted to kill the sister, or there was a shooting or something, and it was.
I never heard that story till this day.
Okay, I got it.
Now, I did hear the story about Polite having some beef with the son of Dr. York, but I never knew nothing about this sister until you interviewed them. Never.
That was the time that the charge was against Sarnetta. See, he heard about it because the attempted murder was the attempted murder was intended for the daughter, but it got the brother. So Sarnetta heard about it way before he heard about it now on Morris World TV. He's just knowing that it was intended for the daughter. That's what he's hearing now. But Sarnetta already knew about the attempted murder on her brother. And at the moment that he heard it, he was supposed to handle the situation, but he didn't. He pardoned it. He dismissed it. What did Allah say? You can hide it or disclose it. Nigga, it's still already written, right? From the moment Shah was informed about the situation, cosmic law was in effect. Even though he dismissed the charge, he didn't dismiss the cosmic effect against his soul. He was already losing his humanity at that moment, because there's a limitation to what you can pardon. Like, you don't just let someone spit in your face, get in your face, and talk all shit in your face. There's a limit to how much you allow someone to get past them boundaries. Ain't that right? The one who put the sun in motion, who gave you your gender role, has already set and defined and gave limitations to what you can pardon. Polite and Saul got rich and wealthy, right? But now they paying thousands of dollars to create a false image. Look at how Sarnetta is running the Morris World TV to try to clear himself up, because he's now realizing that the rich man is really poor and the poor man is really rich. That all of them riches ain't shit. They didn't gain all that money, and now they're using the money to try to clear their name up. Look at how it just hit them. Cosmic law. That's called cosmic effect. Karma, nigga. Children who suffer without fathers, right? Cosmic effect. That's why you got beggars in Harlem, because of the unjust distribution of wealth. That's the cosmic karma effect. When you don't distribute the wealth properly, you're gonna get beggars. So I'm gonna predict something for Sarnetta. He's either gonna join the ISUPK for his image. He ain't gonna do it because he believes in the Bible. He's gonna do it because why? He's trying to clear his image up. He either gonna lose his channel or he's gonna join the RGY. That's why the poor man is really rich by cosmic law. Because Saw and Polite are mentally sick, but physically they're rich. Get it? Right? As soon as Saw heard about the news of what happened, the attempted murder to the brother, he became an accomplice and should have handled the situation. Because your ears are going to be questioned, Saw. To pardon is to delay punishment. Even if Saw began to start openly condemning Polite right now, it wouldn't mean shit. Because the cosmic law has already got him from before. Allah says in 54:52, every action he can do is in a public record. The fact that man can travel the world and return back to the same place he began his travels is proof that there's boundary and limitations, right? So anything that can be measured can be studied, and anything that can be studied can be mastered. Every action, Allah says, he can do is in a public record. How many ways you can lie? How many ways you can kill a man mentally or physically? How many ways can you show your woman you love her, right? Boundaries and limitations. This game is already figured out. Sarnetta don't know the esoteric, and that's the reason why Freemasons used religion. Because Satan said, right, I will remain on the straight path. The Freemasons, right, they use religion to fabricate the knowledge of cosmic law. They only use the religion to fabricate the cosmic law because the devil 7:16 said he's going to remain on the straight path. So his duty is to fabricate the higher sciences of cosmic law, but the Mahdi came to bring it back, to kill all the hearsays and put a sword to the lies and the vanities. That's why America is Babylon. It is Egypt. It is Thamud. And the Mahdi represents the third Noah. Ain't that right? I want to send a shout out to Dr. York's daughter. You can join the RGY and you can follow the Mahdi, and I guarantee you we're going to bring justice. We're going to get some people in serious fire. And for all those who deny the Mahdi, this is what's coming to you. So you better come clean.
Right.
Aiya.